7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm
like, well, holy shit, that was crazy.
Wait for it. Thick and slick. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, presented by TLR Coatings. We are here in the TLR Coatings shop.
We're back.
We're back. Outdoor talk here.
Didn't think it was going to happen.
We did not, but
Pizza Patrol showed.
It is a thing here. So basically, we have 9 outdoor races. From what I understand, they had to get at least 8 in
money
per most of the riders to be able to pay out bonuses and things like that. So we have 9 rounds, so there is the option of canceling a round, and I guess High Point is on deck in case stuff happens.
I don't think all is going to happen.
I don't think so either.
Okay.
I'm honestly surprised that Washougal is a thing.
Well, how weird would that be, though, to have the final? I mean, I guess they've had it in Steel City, but like the final, well, we're just going from Colorado and High Point now.
Yeah.
It's just weird to like think of High Point as could be the final round.
Could be.
It used to be Steel City, though, so I guess.
So anyway, thanks to our sponsor, TLR Coatings. Make sure to look them up for all your custom powder coating needs. They do shipping all across the country. So if you go into an off season, man, take your bike apart, send them their parts, and get them coated. And you can follow them on Instagram to see what they can do.
Do a custom.
You got a stimulus check?
Full
There's
custom
another
chassis.
one coming.
Yeah, there is.
So
Load on some powder coat.
Yeah.
Unintended.
Blow powder.
Cole has some good ones in there.
Classic jokes
Zinga.
here. Anyway, make sure to follow us on all the major social media networks. Max is still dropping edits all the time on the Instagram page. Are you Twitter fingering every once in a while? I mean, there's not a lot going on.
I think I'm just going to axe my personal account and just use the Moto Aftermath account.
Is Max at Loretta's next week?
Are
they staying? They're not staying for the national, the pro national.
No, they're just there for the amateur stuff. So there will be some Loretta's edits coming soon on both the Instagram, and I'm paying him for a full edit for what's it called for the YouTube channel. So that'll be coming up. So make sure to check that out. Links in the description below for all sorts of ways to support us. There's Amazon links where everybody shops on Amazon nowadays. Let's face it, we're in the middle of a pandemic. You can't go out anyway. Boom. Shop on Amazon. Click the link down there. We get a small slice of that. I know there have been some people actually doing that because I've been slowly getting a little bit of money here and there trickling in.
You need some moto supplies? I still have some connections in the industry. You need something? Let us know.
Where are you working now?
Right now, nowhere, man.
You don't have
if anybody wants to hire me, I got a resume ready to rock and roll.
Full factory mechanic, Cole Yeti.
Yeah, if you love cross-threaded bolts.
Oh, Jesus
fucking. Cross-threaded bolts and things falling off during the motos. You're good.
Yeah.
Also, links to buy T-shirts, all that kind of crap down there. Yeah, that's pretty much it for all that paperwork stuff. So let's start with this schedule. So like I said, we heard all sorts of different things. We heard 6 rounds at 3 tracks. We heard 6 rounds at 6 different tracks. We heard there wasn't going to be an outdoor series. They were going to
get
12,
2 rounds at 1
11.
track.
Yeah.
In our backyard.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to go to.
You better just get the old horse out.
One of you guys gonna get me a pass because that's the only way I can go.
You better ride Bet Sport on the
What did I hear the other day? Weege was like, so you're gonna have these amateur
900
mechanics,
900 mechanics and 900 entries in the C class.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Oh, and it's also $40, and they're only doing 1 moto.
Yeah. That's
No
a time.
way.
Yeah, that's a time thing, dude.
Oh, I figured that. I didn't know the schedule.
Oh yeah,
$40 for
one moto.
So they're making the Pro-Am moto 35 minutes?
I have
Because you're
no
not going to get pro
idea.
guys to show up for 4 laps 1 moto.
Number one, they raced 5. Okay,
Okay,
I know you've
whatever.
been out,
5
I know
laps
you've been out of the
now.
loop for a while.
Wow,
there,
okay, 5 laps.
But it's
Oh
5,
my God.
okay? Trust me, I remember suffering through that a few years ago.
What, you in Pro Sport?
No, I had to ride with A class at some other local race around here.
He was in Vet C Pro Sport.
Yeah, I was, and then they made us ride with some A class, which was fucking terrible.
Nice.
But anyway, yes, so we have Redbud on there for a doubleheader. What are they running? Friday, Monday?
September 4th, Friday, and then the 7th on a Monday.
Yeah, I was going to say. So Friday, Monday.
Labor Day weekend, right?
Labor
Yeah.
Day. Actually, Monday.
I'd almost rather go to the Brawl, boys.
Oh, that is the same weekend. That's going to be interesting. Well, it's not going to matter because you're not going to get in a lot of people.
The Richies, that's a big FU to Pat over at Baja.
Well, yeah, but They really don't have.
I
any
don't
proof
care.
of
That's
that.
political. They don't like
Yeah.
But anyways, our schedule. Let's start from the beginning.
Okay, I didn't memorize it, so go ahead.
Loretta's. Start at Loretta's, which is
Oh,
gonna be
man.
Suffer City.
So-
And track's stupid.
Hey, let's say though, let me say, listening to the Racer X show last night, they said Weech said that they very much know this is not a pro
Good.
track, and this is a one-off thing.
Because me and
just
Cole can
because
talk about
they
how much
needed
Loretta
it.
sucks.
Oh, dude,
Yes,
it's terrible.
it is just because they needed it that they are
And
doing
God
it.
forbid if it rains.
So they said, do
Bro,
not
standing water first turn.
don't
how
think
awesome.
about this.
Dude, it's gonna
So-
be such a sick opener.
Who-
No, it's gonna be so they start off at Loretta's and we're basically riding a fair track in a field. Then we're going up to Washougal, which actually apparently according to JT, that side of the country has been the hottest it's ever been. So they might not get lucky. It might be 105 at Washougal.
This is gonna test people.
So
there,
they're going
'cause
from Loretta's. This is also not good for privateers. Loretta's, Washougal,
I think-
Ironman, Redbud. Then I think it's 10 days off. I think 10 days off. No, yeah, more than that actually, because the 7th to the 19th. Millville, WW, Colorado, California. Which
Sweet.
they were talking about
It's
that
not
with.
terrible.
Yeah, it's not terrible at the end of it, but actually Thunder Valley, first week of October in Colorado, that might be.
Get the snow bikes out, baby. Get the snow bikes out.
But the only ones think about it though, because like they were talking about this last night on the first Racer X show, like with as far as heat. Like, okay, so Loretta's and Washougal will probably be hot. It started to cool down in this side of the country, so like Ironman and Redbud might not be too bad, depending on unless we get another heat wave. Millville, Minnesota, September won't be too bad.
Yeah.
But Florida in September, oh guys, don't fucking start that shit.
well, you know, Cole started it. Blame
Florida
him.
in September though is gonna be hot. It's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be, it's gonna be hot.
100%.
And then the last two rounds, dude, you might be getting 65 degrees. So I don't think as far as the schedule, as far as temperature and what the tracks are gonna be like, aren't gonna be that bad.
Kenny's gonna break the streak, huh?
No, we gotta get into that, dude.
I mean, if the weather's nice, this could happen.
God, it's so hard being a Kenny fan.
This could happen.
I hate life when Kenny's
So,
involved.
oh god. So anyway, yeah. So I mean, I don't think the schedule's terrible, and I'm honestly impressed we're getting 9 rounds in.
How bad do you think though the reaction is gonna be after that first practice at Loretta?
I don't know. Who is? was
Dude,
listening
I
to some
tweeted
show-
today something about it, and some guy was like, "Oh, it's gonna be nothing. Every single one of them grew up riding 450s there." And I
First
said,
off, no,
and
they
I said,
didn't.
second, I said, yeah. First off, Open Pro Sport, every single one of them dudes rode 250s.
Yeah, because they were making the transition. So why would you ride a 450?
Dude,
And
I-
second, the 10 Commandments back then were actually the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
Now you can just fucking blitz through them.
It'll be
I
like
hope-
the
although-
whip section. It'll be
although
amazing.
I-
better make some track changes.
And I have heard that they are going to do that. You were talking about you heard Storyline's going to change a little
Yeah,
bit.
they
I
have
think
a
10
little bit of
Commandments would be.
room.
But I will say this though, I think that you're going to watch Loretta's though, and you're going to watch the top tier guys. The back of the pack guys, it's going to be like watching like amateurs there. But like the top tier guys, I think it's going to be one of those things that like they're going to look at it and they go, "What? There's nothing I'm going to be able to do here that's going to separate me unless they change it. There's nothing there.
It's gonna be.
Tomac's gonna go run the
It'll
outside.
probably be a really good single file race.
Everything's just going to stay tight to the inside. That's it.
The most exciting thing is gonna be that first corner to see who wads it into that tree every minute.
I am not looking forward to that because I have a feeling
That wide open.
And that's
that was
gonna
what I
be-
heard. Is
well,
that
they changed
wide
it-
open
they're-
right-hander
They're
into
talking
that
about
left
changing
with
the
the
second
tree.
turn. They're
Who's
talking
it-
about changing the second
Who's it
turn.
gonna be?
Oh, are they?
I'm gonna
Jordan
guess
Smith?
Jordan
Yes.
Smith ain't even racing, so hopefully not. I'm gonna guess Blake Baggett.
Blake Baggett into
That
the
was
tree.
Baggett's gonna hit
surprised
the
me.
tree. Well, he hit a tree on a Super Mini one there one year,
He'll
so.
hit the tree, dislocate his thumb, and that's the end of the
Ah, God, stop.
season. I'm just saying. That's what's gonna happen. He's gonna hit that tree so hard.
He's
it's just
gonna hit it
blow
in
the
whiskey.
sum out.
I'm just saying,
He's gonna
any-
whiskey into the creek. Out in
I'm
the
just
back.
saying, anybody that's thinking it's gonna be an awesome race for Loretta's, don't.
I see.
I mean,
I
I'm
think it'll be
excited
awesome.
for it.
I think it'll be awesome. The part that everybody will be so close.
Yes.
But it might be exciting just for that reason.
You know where the
but
best spot is gonna be is by the finish, whether it's the stands by the road or in the Thor Tower
to watch.
to watch. Yes.
Oh, good luck getting in those stands.
No, well, yeah, that dude, you're gonna have to get there at like 6 in the morning.
You better just get a school bus and park it out on the county road and sit on the roof.
I bet you they charge extra to sit in those.
The school bus?
No,
the
the school bus and the stands. Anyways,
Yeah.
dislike of Loretta's. I'm sorry. Just
I mean, whatever. At least we're going back to other national tracks, and they.
Cole's
said
had a
that's-
good moto there though.
Yeah, at Loretta's.
Yeah,
I
What's
had
your
a
best-
decent
what's
one
your
in
best
the- I had a
finish?
decent one in the mud.
yeah.
What's your best finish?
I think I got 12.
You got 12th of them. Yeah, but weren't you inside
What
the top
class?
10 for quite a 450B?
I was in top 10 in the first moto for like 3 laps, and I augered it in over in the bag at tree corner.
That was the deep mud. That was the deep mud moto though, wasn't it? That
I
was
got a really good start with my stick-on numbers.
Was that Plessinger that won that race, or was that Tyler McSwain?
McSwain won.
Yeah, fucking downpour for like a day.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, second moto wasn't that good. I tucked the front wheel after the 10 Commandments. Ended up 26th.
Finished
17, 26, 12.
Yeah.
solid finishes.
Hey man, at least he was up with us.
17, 26, 12 for
No,
7th overall.
I still don't have a pro card like some people do.
Oh God, let's not start that.
Anyway.
All right, let's get into our first thing. So I know normally we do kind of team by team. We decided to do a little different this year. We're gonna basically copy the race.
You got a yawn coming on, don't you?
No.
I see what you do something with your mouth.
I'm trying to not. Would you shut up? I'm just trying to not be like. All right, so basically we're copying the Racer X thing.
We're copying Racer X.
Hey, if you guys haven't heard, we're copying Racer X.
So
We had the idea
checks
first,
in the
though.
mail, all right. It's in the mail.
We
to you,
stole
okay?
the idea from us.
So, yeah. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna start off with basically the contenders, and then there will be different shows to follow for 450s, and then some other different shows that are come out here before the start of the season for the 250s. Also, I'm gonna basically be doing a lot of editing here because Max is at Loretta's, so I'm in charge of this. So this is a pain in the butt. But anyway, so let's start
Like the old days.
like the old days.
Yeah, you'll just crank the first two out and then just hand the reins over.
I'll crank the first two out and probably won't do the last 5.
Luckily,
but
these don't
whatever.
have to be out for another 2 weeks, so.
No, these need to be out ASAP.
Are you gonna put them out this week? Or we're just gonna
every 2 days.
now we're just gonna try to follow up on Racer X. 'Cause
Every
their next
2
video
days.
will probably be out tomorrow.
No, they
Yeah,
got a
hopefully,
couple more days.
Hopefully, our first video is out by tomorrow.
Our first video is coming out Tuesday, so Tuesday, Thursday,
Hopefully,
and
they're,
Saturday.
hopefully it's in the panel next to the Racer X.
I know, I'll just fucking take that one out.
We got that.
But
one here.
basically, we got 3 tiers.
Yeah, we got 3
So-
tiers for 450, so we're gonna start at the top here. So which one of those 4 you guys want to start with?
Might as well just start with
Might
Chan.
as well just start with the champ.
All right, three time Eli Tomac there, coming off his first Supercross.
That ain't a 3, that's an E.
Wow.
Remember when
How
Fred?
about you take your game
remember
signs
when Fred?
right out that door?
Remember when Fred Freeze did that?
Oh my God.
Anyway,
Get some liquid love.
Okay.
I miss
All
took
right.
a little liquid love out on the track before this opening.
He's not even paying attention to what's going on in the track.
I don't know who we're talking about.
Fred
Anyway, so ET3,
You know,
3
I'm
time,
aware.
number 1. I mean, does
He
he,
is a
does he
favorite.
go? Does he go to 4 here?
Well, I don't want to get the championship prediction this early. We did wait to the end of the show, but he's obviously the favorite.
I mean, it
Yeah.
has to be.
I agree that I think that if the racing would have started 2 weeks after the last round in Utah, like it normally would have, I think that there would have been a little bit of a hangover because we saw that with Coop last year. But I think he's got all this downtime now. You know, he's just working every day. Like he doesn't take days off and shit. But the only thing that I will say, I think now, and I know everybody's like, oh, just being the ET hater. I'll just say one thing.
You might be going where I'm thinking.
Yeah, as far as the schedule and starting off.
No.
Oh, okay, so
Okay.
then different.
All right.
My thing was gonna be,
Never mind. We're on separate paths.
I
here.
think that with it being a 9-round series, and people are like, well, it's only 3 rounds less, but 3 rounds less is a lot of points that you can lose. Even though we know in outdoors that he can have bad starts and he can work his way through, you know, and go beast mode and stuff. I think now though, he can't afford to have those few bad races in the middle of the season, kind of like he did last year. Like he went out, Hangtown was up and down, Colorado was up and down, he won Paula, you know, High Point was up and down, he won Redbud, WW was up and down. I was actually going to look at this before I got here, but I forgot to. I think by the last 3 years though, when he's won his championships by round 9, he's either been tied in the points with Marv or behind. Maybe 2018 he was probably ahead. But I know for a fact 2017, Marv, when he went on that winning streak, I think Marv was actually ahead of him. And then even last year, like he had lost a little bit of points. Him and Kenny weren't that far back. So I think it's good that Washougal is the second round because we know more than likely, unless his bike grenades both motos, he's going to win that. But I don't think that he can afford to have up and down races for the first 4 or 5 rounds because then he's going to have to win. Like he's not going to be able to play. Just how dedicated this season though is he going to be?
That's where I was.
Okay, so we're kind
that's
of
where
on
I was gonna go. So he finally checked off the big one.
Yep, got the monkey off the back.
He's got 3 of these outdoor titles.
Yep.
I don't care what he says in interviews. He's at the tail end of his career.
Even though people think that he's going to keep racing for another 5
Right.
years. Whatever. Not happening.
Is he coasting it in? Is there so much weight lifted off his shoulders that he's off his game a little bit?
Do we believe if that's
well, he doesn't have to go in with a chip on his shoulder to
Yeah.
prove something. Like before, I think it was I don't have a Supercross title.
So now I
I'm
need
just
to
gonna
obliterate.
annihilate
Yeah.
everybody outdoors.
Yep.
So
Do we think even if he has that mentality though, with the way Eli is though, that he even if he's coasting it in, he's not really coasting it. He's just not taking it at. Because I can't, as much as I don't like Eli, I can't see him doing anything half-assed. He just might not be putting as like the motos where he loses in the first turn. He just gets 20th place start where he would normally, start clicking off heaters 25 minutes in. Does he maybe just say in the back of his mind, well, if I'm in 5th with 10 minutes to go and so is 10 seconds out in 1st, do I really need to, drop the hammer and try to click that next gear? That's what I think his version of mailing it in a little bit.
Right.
Because I don't see him
he
doing
can mail it in
half-assed.
and still get top 5.
Yeah, I just don't see Eli doing anything half-assed,
Right.
I think this is going to be a pretty dominant championship by him, honestly. He
Oh,
doesn't. So number one, we've had time between Supercross. Number two, he won the Supercross.
Yeah.
So there isn't that crushing, oh, shit, I lost
Yep.
again type thing. He's riding that high wave. I mean, dude, he knows outdoors. He is the man at this point as far as the
He's over
American
here.
Supercross goes. Or American Motocross. Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Like I
Been a
said,
little bit.
over here, I'm justifying it. Over here,
Yep.
he knows he is the man. I think you're going to see a little. Would you quit playing with that goddamn water bottle? Because you've been playing with it, and I can hear it here, which I know they can hear it on there. Then we're gonna get comments, man. Anyway, so I think he is going. I think this is going to be probably the most dominant championship you've seen out of him yet for outdoors. To be really honest.
I mean, I can see that too. I think it's going to be one or the other, though. I don't think it's going to be in between. I think that he could either dominate, or I believe that it's going to be very up and down. He could still possibly win the championship. I don't think you're going to see that in between where he wins 4 rounds and then struggles a little bit, wins the next 2 or whatever. He's in a really interesting spot right now. He's won 3 of these. He's got the Supercross championship. He's got a family now.
Yep.
I think we'll know where his head's at the first moto where he's struggling to loosen up 10 minutes in. Kind of like WWE last year where him and Freddie were battling for whatever it was, 15 minutes. If he just drops the hammer and just goes normal Eli and goes to the front, fine. But if you're seeing him struggle it, buried in corners, all that, so on and so forth, then it'll be like, well, this is maybe going to be a little bit more interesting of a season. But
Right.
Speaking of interesting, let's move on to our next guy here.
I don't know,
Kenny.
Cole's head's in the way, so I can't really.
Kenny.
Oh.
Kenny. Let's talk about Kenny.
Is that why you're putting your head in front of
You want to start on Kenny?
Dude, it's just
You want to start? You want me to start?
it's really tough being a Kenny fan because I like the kid. He has a lot of heart.
How many motos does he win this year?
Dude,
How many motos does he win?
he's just such a mystery.
3?
3?
That's it? How many did he win last year? He had to
I
win.
think he only won like 2.
Like,
or
it's
3
just
last
such a
time he won.
mystery. Like, he comes
2
out in
wins.
Unadilla and just
Won a lot.
kills everyone.
First model Hangtown,
I was
Colorado. Or a lot of the ones that he was leading and then just hit the wall 25 minutes in.
Right.
Iron Man.
What
Like
do
he
we-
was leading for 25 minutes that first model, and then Marvin passed
We got
him.
what? 9 rounds, 18 motos. I say
Does
6.
You think he gets 6 wins?
6 moto, 6
6
moto
moto
wins.
wins.
Yeah.
Not, I think 3. I think Kenny this season. I kind of agree with what Mathis said last night. I think that this season I don't think he's got it, man. I think with the shingles, I think with the asthma, because that ain't something that's going to go away. I still don't think that they have the virus figured out, what's ever wrong with him. And like I said, Loretta's being the first round, probably going to be 105 degrees. It ain't going to start off easy. And then if they go to Washougal and it's another 100-degree race, it ain't good. I think that if he struggles the first 2 rounds, this is going to be the worst season we've ever seen from Kenny at this, like, all the way through. Because 2015, when he broke his back leading into the series, the first start of the season was rough. Like, dude, he was getting like 7th, 8th. I think this season has the possibility to be like that the whole entire year.
Let me clarify.
I don't know.
I think he wins 6 motos, but I think he only wins like 1 overall.
No, I think it's just going to be super up and down, just like the Supercross thing. Like, oh, he's miserable, he's doing terrible. And then he comes out and just kills it.
Question is what round though would he
Just come out and kill it.
like Unadilla did last year? I don't.
one
Without,
of the Redbuds.
I think as you get towards the end of this season here, where it's getting cooler, I think that's when it's
So Thunder
gonna come
Valley
out. So
at
maybe
Paul
after like the break, the 10-day break or whatever. Yeah, then yeah. I think-
Here's the problem though. Say he goes to Millville and it's not bad. It's like 75 degrees or whatever, 80 degrees, and he comes out and kill it. You got WW the next weekend. So all that momentum and all that confidence he
Yeah.
had just went shot down.
Wouldn't
don't.
it be some shit if he fucking wins like WWE or something?
What?
I mean, it could.
He's just such a
We don't
huge
know.
question mark now
We don't
that
know.
he could just come out and kill it, and then just be terrible.
I just don't see this season going to be great. I mean, he's posts a lot on social media. And I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to his Instagram lately, but it has nothing to do with riding. It has nothing to do with riding. It's all being on the lake.
On the low key, bro.
When has Kenny ever been low key about anything in his life?
Low key.
I
I
just,
don't know. Maybe the kid's changing him.
as much as I hate this, I don't think this season is going to be great. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't even see him being top 3 in points at the end of the season. I think this season is going to be struggle bus.
Maybe.
With how Utah went,
I think a lot of it depends on this next guy we're going to talk about, Marv. I think that's what it
it's
depends
gonna
on.
be very interesting to see how he comes in. If he's rejuvenated,
Dude.
if he's a little behind the 8 ball from
He
not
was-
being in the
he
race.
was-
Does anybody know anything about it?
I saw the videos of him riding at Baggett's place. He was
Oh,
looking pretty
okay.
good. I mean, it was Baggett's place, and it was just that. It was them. It was those two, Zacho, and then the Husky
50
and
boys.
TLD kids. But like him and Baggett were going at it. And it's Baggett's place, so it's not like, oh, you can just say it's Blake Baggett. Like, it's
Yeah.
Baggett's place. And, like, there was a couple times where Marv was ahead of him for about 3 or 4 laps. But, as everybody alluded to last night, it's going to be almost a full year from
Oh, yeah.
until the time. And what? Frankie was saying that he, like, his LCL, his MCL, like, dude, he almost obliterated his whole entire knee.
That's why I said I
He was
think
riding with that thing
I
injured
think
for a long
Kenny
time.
being
for sure.
top 3 in points at the end of the year really hinges on how Marv does.
Do you
And,
think-
I don't have any idea.
So what is the status on Marv's knee? Is it completely fixed?
I think it's close. I think if you go by the videos that I've seen and what I've read from people that, like, were posting the videos, he's at, like, 95%. But then again, though, that could be all
So
just
you
them
gotta
telling him
think.
that.
You gotta think back. How long ago he was
Dude, he's been
being that competitive with that ruined of a knee?
He's been other than last year because he obviously didn't finish the last moto. He's been second to Eli. And let's be honest, as much as we're Kenny guys, he's been the only real threat to Eli as far as championships for the last 3 years. He's been in there he's been ahead of Eli late in the season. I mean, we all know what happened in 2017 when he went on won 3 rounds in a row or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Like, we may not be Marv guys, but we also got to respect the fact that the dude still is a gnarly. Like, he's one of the best in the world when it comes to outdoors. I just think that because he doesn't have those dominant moments like Eli or like Kenny, we forget it sometimes because he's just so smooth. He just kind of goes in there and he just goes on his business. But if he's anything like it was last year and then before that, you got to think that he's going to be battling for that championship. Whether he wins it, that's a different discussion.
I don't know. We'll see.
Supercross
Like I said,
would
I
have
just
been good with him.
Oh, I know, dude.
Oh, it would have been good.
What's for you guys? What do you have to see from him to believe that he's going to be in this championship?
Marv?
I think he's gonna come out in the first somewhere in
Come
the
out
first,
first
four,
round, get
four
top
motos and lead.
Okay.
And like lead for a while, not like whole shot and lead for the first 2 laps and then just get dropped.
Loretta's will be interesting for him.
He's
never-
raced
never
there,
been
has
there.
he?
Well, no. Well, he raced over here like as a child, but it was like one time.
Yeah.
It'll be very interesting because I think he's going to go in. I mean, some of those French backyard tracks are a little. I don't think he's ever going to be raced a track like Loretta's. That sounds weird to say because tracks vary so much, but like for him, he's always used to riding on pristine tracks. Fucking like Loretta's. That's not something that he's going to be used to. So but also it's technical for him, like with just how tight the corners are and
Yeah.
stuff and narrow.
Picking lines. And
It might work to his benefit, actually.
Maybe.
And the way that track packs up at the end of a moto, it might actually benefit him. Who knows? But I agree. I think that Marv will be the biggest question mark this season.
Another question mark we got. Moving on to our final guy in this group, Cooper Webb.
I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. And he's
Yeah.
gonna prove something.
And he's got a year to figure that bike out now for outdoors. Oh, buddy. I got high hopes.
I got high hopes too.
I do.
I think it could be good.
I think he's going to... I know I just said all that about Marv, but I think Coop is the actually guy that I'm going to put that's going to be able to challenge Eli for this championship.
I think you're right on that.
I do.
think so too, and I think the Coop's got the mind game thing too. And
Oh,
yeah.
I love that.
He's pissed about the way Supercross. Just how wet in general.
How much shit you think he talks on the line at these races now?
like the way he was doing
you
in
think
Salt
he does
Lake
at
and shit like that.
Supercross? Like, yeah.
I think that he, and also going to Loretta's, once again, it's weird to harp back on that, but Loretta's, this is just a different situation for everybody. He's got good memories of Loretta's. He's won championships there before. He's dominated Loretta's before.
Just in a good headspace.
Yeah, he's going to go in there and going, I know this place. I've done good here.
But every single guy
Yes.
on that list has had success at
I know,
Loretta's,
I
so-
know. That's true. I just think that Coop, I I think he's going to be the one guy that's going to be able to challenge Eli this summer.
Okay.
I think so too. It's just as long as they got that bike figured out,
Yeah.
and I think
If
they
they
had the time to do it. But last year,
That back end was.
I mean, he was standing
ass.
up in corners. Like he'd go to lay it into a corner, the bike would stand up on him, and it's just a lot of stuff where he didn't look in tune with the motorcycle.
Which Coop, for ruts, we know him as one of the best guys in ruts.
Yep.
That's why he's been so successful in Supercross and why he won his championship, because he was able to figure out the track, adapt to it,
Well,
and ruts, he's just
and
so
just-
comfortable in them.
And just looking at the way in Supercross how well that bike handled, he could
Super-
put it wherever
the
he
whoops.
wanted.
And that tells me, I know that it's Supercross, but that tells me that they were trending in a good direction, and they were able to communicate with him, because we all know how bad he was. Dude, Salt Lake, I understand that some of those whoops, they were a little rounded off. The other ones, they were deep. Dude, he was blitzing them every time. Before that, he never blitzed whoops. Like,
Nope.
Coop was known as the rhythm guy. So
Yeah.
that tells me that they figured something out with the bike and him and being able to communicate. So, yeah, if that... Look, none of us are saying that he's going to go out and dominate Eli.
Right.
Like, we're not saying that, but
I
he's
think
going to be...
he's
It's going to be a lot
contender.
different.
Yes,
I
I
agree.
agree.
A lot different.
Okay. So wrapping up this section here.
Those are-
Title picks.
It's got to be Eli.
Yeah, it's got to be Eli for me too.
Yeah, we're unanimous at that.
But I think
So
Coop's going to be
go
close.
Coop, yeah.
it's going to be interesting.
It goes
So,
down. I think it goes down to the last round.
Yeah.
Yep, I agree.
All right, cool. So that wraps up the first section here for 450s. Make sure to stay tuned. We have 2 more 450 sections and then 3 250 sections there. Make sure to check out our sponsor, TLR Coatings. Make sure to look us up on all the major social media networks. And we will be back in just a couple days here with our next section.